Well, now I know that's how long the video will go for, and then it stops. So that's the backs. For the collectors out there, this is the box. And it really does help when you're looking for these out of print decks if you know what the box looks like. Okay? So I'm going to have to piece this together, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, so what we have next is Spirit Keepers by Benebell Wen. These bags by Moonlet Fay. That's the inside of it. Here's the back. This is the first edition of Spirit Keepers. It was done, I want to say in 67 days. I always say that and I'm not quite sure, but somewhere like that. She used consecrated ink and, you know, drew until her fingers bled. That's actually a picture of her grandmother that she took that from. And this was, the whole idea behind this was she wanted to put together Thoth and RWS into a usable mixture. Okay, so she got this done, said, okay, I'm going to print 1,000 of these. They sold out immediately. People were pissed, but you know, what are you going to do? I think it's interesting how people get mad at the creators because... Okay, so anyway, this next version, this is the Vetruvian. And this is in sepia ink. Here's the backs. And I believe she did 2,000 of this one. And again, it just sold out really quick. I want to say it took a few days, but again, she just underestimated her own popularity. But I mean, when you saw like Instagram pictures of her and her husband trying to get these out to people, I don't know if I would print more than 2,000 decks, you know, with the boxes in your driveway and trying to get all these into mailers and stuff, and them trying to handle their muggle jobs and their real lives, and also, you know, cater to our tarot sensibilities and wants and hopes and dreams. So this is the Vitruvian edition of Spirit Keepers. I keep forgetting to put my music back on. Okay, and then this is the Spirit Keepers Revelation, the first printing. So there's the inside of the bag. It's a really nice one. I love this bag. There's the backs. And here's where she added in costumes and digital coloring. She taught herself to digitally paint in order to get these done. And so this one is like 10 steps up as far as artwork goes. There's, you know, still some learning she had to do. But the book, what does she call it? The Book of Maps is really very interesting because she goes into where all these places are, and you know, why the dragon and the phoenix, the costumes, and Kuan Yin. Yeah, really, really, really cool piece of work. And this one's out of print. This one, check this out. The, Hecate. Nine of Swords. Really cool. The colors are a little more muted than the newer one. But other than that, the newer one it's just brighter, and I think the cardstock's slightly different. I think the printer put some kind of coating on it. So my newer one, I ended up stretching the cardstock and messing around with it a bunch. But that is the Revelations Spirit Keepers, the first printing, which is now out of print. And if you want it, Benebell still is selling the Revelations second printing. Okay. Ellen Lorenzi-Prince. Oops. Sorry. Excuse me. Pardon me. I show this deck a bunch because I use this deck a bunch because I love this deck. This is Tarot of the Crone. Very different. Kind of creepy until you know what went into this. There's a certain amount of color coding that went into the artwork of this deck. So the brown and the green are kind of earthy. The red is, blood. The purple is the ether. That kind of thing. Kundalini. But Tarot of the Crone. This is, everybody loves this deck. I don't know why it goes out of print, but artists are artists. So what they do is they art. They're not publishers. So a lot of time these things go out of print because they get tired of messing with the business part of publishing. Love that. That changed my my perspective of temperance. And yeah, Tarot of the Crone. Love it. Ellen Lorenzi-Prince. And she's always putting out new stuff. So yeah. I wanted to show you this. This is a deck which you could not buy because when Neil Lovell made this, he made it to be given as a gift. These are the backs to this. And these are, they're patterned after classic crime novel paperback book covers. So if you know your Lenormand, I would not suggest that a newbie try to read with this because it's kind of hard. But if you know your Lenormand, it's a stork, it's a ship, it's the child, the sun, the cross, Margaret Bloom, flowers of gondolas, the bouquet. And everything is like a play on words. The anchor, the book, the heart, the man, the lily, Lily and Lord Urey, murder of crows, the birds, daggers drawn. So this is a play on words and just a really clever deck that you never could buy. You had to be given it. And I'm sure it's very hard to find and very hard to see, but great out of print deck. There's your box. Yeah. This one's out of print, but I see it around every once in a while. And this is the Rumi Tarot by Nigel Jackson. And this is just pretty. It's so pretty. Very green. There's your backs. It's got that neat gold and great thin cardstock. And the green with the purples and then the little pops of these warmer colors. Delish. It has, each card has a little Rumi quote on the bottom. Really pretty. Kind of minimalist in the pips. But yeah, really super pretty artwork. And he's done a few other decks. I believe Tarot of the Roses is Nigel Jackson. There's a couple other ones that he did. Yeah. This one was a gift from my recent Big Apple haul. And this is the Indigo Alchemist. Very hand-done paintings. Very kind of one person's idea of the tarot. Very niche, but also super cool. The pages are all these Two of Cups. How interesting is that? Ten of Swords. It's cool. There's another page. Knight. Queen of Swords. King of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. That's a card I always look for. Can you see this is a canoe? Yeah. So that's the Indigo Alchemist. Here's another one where you can't get this version of it, but there's another version that I think they put out through a Russian printer, which actually probably has better cardstock. This cardstock is kind of difficult to handle, but this is, I think, Evany Feng. Evany Feng, yeah. Who is, I think, a Hong Kong artist. And it's very kind of MAGA. Slightly. There are several different styles to the paintings in this. Some of them are kind of medium. Some of them are very detailed, and some of them less so. But it has never mattered to me that I edged this in a bunch of different colors. The backs on this version are very bronzy, and the cardstock is kind of a little bit waxy, but it's really good. And I love this art. I just think it's so cool. This is another one I have never gotten over. This is one that was out of print when I went looking for it. Kind of hard to find. But then it came back in print, but not the same version. So the newer ones have Russian titles, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. But the this limited color palette with the reds and browns and oranges with just a pop of color every once in a while. See how different that is, though? That might pull some people out of it. Doesn't bother me just because I'm really used to it. And I really love how he did this. Love that fool. Love that world. And I really dig these court cards. The Emperor, how cool is he? Yeah. The Empress. Talk about a match. So that is the Lunatic Tarot. Okay. Audrey Siebe, the Witchbone Astrology Oracle, and the Witchbone Tarot. Long out of print. It's been a while. These are the backs. And this was just, she was a tarot YouTuber for a little while. I think she used to make YouTube videos. And then she put this out, and then she just moved on to other things. I believe her latest project was this like interactive astrology thing. I think she took her photographs and did some digital collage with them. Again, with the limited color palette, the black and the red and the gray. This is just really very deliciously simple artwork. And it works. It's a little creepy, a little witchy. Man, but if you can find this, grab it up, because it's pretty cool. I love the wolves and the horses. Just very simple, direct and to the point. So that's the Witchbone Tarot. The Astrology Oracle. Those are the backs. It comes with a couple cheater cards. We love that. And then she gives us your typical signs. And then the planets. And then the houses, which was really helpful to me. I really liked the houses because the houses all have the ruling sign on it or something like that. So you've got 6th house ruled by Virgo and Mercury. 7th house ruled by Libra and Venus. 8th house ruled by Scorpio and Pluto, right? So that was cool. And then there's like these extra cards. Moon phases. I think besides Usi, she was the first one to do these moon phase cards. And yeah. Witchbone Astrology Oracle. And there was a third deck in that bunch called the Animal Decans, I think. But I was broke that week, so no Animal Decans for me. Okay, this was a gift from a friend. And this is out of print now. Tarot of the Dead by Monica Knighton. This one is modified. She colored in these titles so she could read it better. And took off the big borders. But this is just a cool kind of, I should have put this in my Western movie genre, because that's what this is. This is like Hollywood Western with skeletons and coffins. Swords, I'm sorry, wands are pens. Cups are coffins. Swords are pistols. And the discs are movie reels. And yeah, this is just really fun. I mean, what's not to love? I love this deck. I'm pretty sure this is still out of print. I don't know. Pablo Robledo, I think, has been putting out his decks through a different printer. But this is the 2011 version of the Tarot de Marcella Robledo. Historical deck of the year 2013. Yeah. So this version is long out of print. This is my favorite Marseille. I like the Lily Stone one as well. They actually work as a light and dark pair for me. There are your backs. Great. Perfect Marseille backs. Just, I mean, look at this coolness. Perfect cardstock. Excellent shuffle. A little smaller than your average RWS. But beautiful, beautiful. Out of print Marseille deck. All right, that's enough. Okay, I thought about like truncating this and doing it in two different videos, but I'm not gonna. I have a rough week ahead of me. I got the boys for 2 days in a row. This is Ludy Lescot. This is an old Lo Scarabeo. There's the box. Patrizio Evangelisti is the artist. This is very graphic novel, horror movie, drama. The story is the artist was in New Orleans, and so this is like a tale of two vampires or something like that. It's just an old deck that I really like. I like these dramatic, runny mascara, drama trauma. It takes me to a place, a certain place, right? When you're doing readings, that's the odd card out. That's the horror of, yeah, I don't know. But it's cool. That is Ludy Lescot. And that's that good old Lo Scarabeo tuck box cardstock that everyone loves. This one is a weird one. This is the Baccus Tarot, the Vandenborre Baccus, or the Flemish Tarot. From 1983. By Carta Mundi and US Game System. Okay, so you see these every once in a while on eBay or wherever. This is very strange cardstock. It's like a waxy back. It feels kind of thick. a little cereal boxy, if I'm honest. But for some reason, it shuffles really well. And it has that really good sound. But this Vandenborre Baccus tarot was one of those that replaced the Hierophant. The High Priestess is the Spanish captain. The Moon is the guy with a sextant, or and very limited color palette, but you know, it's Marseille. And just, these are some cool faces too. There's our Hermit. Very simple Marseille. No, there's the Spanish captain. Oh no, that's the Valet of Épée, which would be the Page of Swords. Queen of Swords. Here's the Chariot. Are you going to give me the Spanish captain, or did I go past it already? Here's another one. The Tower is La Foudre, which I want to say means the lightning, maybe. I don't know. Could be wrong. Le Monde. Valet Baton. Here we go, the Star. That's the Sextant. Queen of Swords, Le Batelot, Le Judgment, La Justice. Hers aren't very uneven, are they? There we go. There's a Spanish captain instead of La Papesse, right? Who knows why they did these things. There's the X and 4 eyes. The Hanged Man is not upside down, La Pendule. There's your death card, Le Mort. He's funny. Roi de Baton. And there's the Diable. Here's one. I have a whole video on this tarot. This is Tarot of the Sephiroth by Josephine Morey, Jill Stockwell, and Dan Starov. There's your box. This is an old US Games deck. I want to say this was done in the 90s. Done in Belgium. Where's the thing? Here it is. US Games 1999. There you go. And this one, you really should have the guidebook that goes with it. These are kind of square shaped compared to a Rider-Waite-Smith. They are shorter but wider. And the trick to this one is the Sephiroth, right? So these are the kings, and they all go in this gray Sephiroth, which is, oh, I'm so bad about this. Hang on. Okay, I'm just going to show this real quick. All right, that's the color coding, right? And it shows in the majors all the pathways. The queens are all the black Sephiroth. The 4s are this blue one. 7s are the green one. The Hanged Man, there's the pathway that he's on. 6s are the yellow pathway. 2s. And the pips in this deck have a lot of character. The faces in this deck, the queens, really, really wild looking art. The moon, the star, the empress. And I mean, just very cool. And I don't know if I did it in my video, but you can put all these cards together and put them on the Tree of Life. And that is the Tarot of the Sephiroth. There's another king. That's so funny. Prince. Yeah. Okay. Egyptos Kayer. Again, U.S. Games. And Stuart Kaplan, I want to say this is 1984. There's the box. This one I don't have the book for, but I think the book that you can get for it is in Argentinian. So I wouldn't be able to read it anyways. It's really cool. I love these old 80s US game things where the cardstock is really nice. The colors are super beautiful. And this gold is just a creature of a different, a bird of a different feather. This is a weird deck because it does not have traditional suits. So it goes 0 through 22 and then it just keeps going. But if you lay them out, they kind of do still have, right? Like that's going to be 5 of Wands probably. I don't know. And then it's got the angel writing and the Hebrew letter and I think planet. And then I have no idea what that's about. So it's still a mystery to me, but I love this deck and I do read with it. Just for fun, because why not? You don't have to know everything about your deck. Wow, look at that. How cool is that? I love that. You don't have to know everything about a deck to do readings with it. You just have to want to, in my opinion. It's not a popular opinion, but hey. And those are the backs. It's pretty common, weird US Games backs thing. Okay, I forget what video I showed these in, but these are one of those things that was never really. These were never really available for mass consumption. These were put out by the artist who did the Ocean Dry. Colin, and he just handmade these boxes. So first he did the ink drawings, and we got they're in each other's boxes because they're husband and wife. Henry and Rose are husband and wife, and this actually happens to me every once in a while. But the rose is just with a wash of color. And it's got just regular backs. It's kind of Marseille, but kind of not. Chess pieces for the quartz. And just like these unusual little touches. So, Temperance, Page of Earth, Queen of Wands, the Magician. Just really staggeringly beautiful, simple watercolor washes over this skeleton of pen and ink drawing. And while he created this deck is different on the fronts and the backs. So this was done over the skeleton of that original rose deck. And how this comes to be is, it is like a junk journal created by a young kid who is stuck in his room as an ill child. And every front and back is different. And if you look at Colin, I think Colin's Instagram is, I'll have it in the down bar. It might take me a minute to get all these things listed, but I will list them all. But you can see the story and all the different things that he sees out his window. So this is cut paper. This is just, it's crazy what he did here. The collage and the story. These are actual plants, right? And I mean, he used crayons and paint and yarn, buttons. It's just wild. Yeah, so that one, you know, he just offered to a few people and we bought them and now they're gone, and good luck finding one. You know, on the other hand, how would you know to look? How would you know to look for that unless somebody showed it to you? You wouldn't. So here's one. This is out of print right now. I think she still has like a couple of spaces for the illuminated saints oracle that she's doing. But this is Lindsay D. Williams. I've done a few videos with this one. And this is the Desert Illuminations. Great cowboy deck. Roswell. She lives in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico now. I think they came from New York. Zorro. Yeah. But this will be coming out, I think, from US Games. I'm not sure how long you're gonna have to wait, but it'll be back. So for those of you who've been chomping at the bit to get a hold of this one, you haven't got much longer to wait. Just be patient. And I have this edged. Those are the backs. All right. This is unlicensed, so it really wasn't available for mass consumption either. I think they did a bunch of them. They did one that has the same skeleton, but it was Thoth colors. And this is Hello Kitty, Sanrio characters, just in the RWS. Honestly, it's a straight RWS, but if you know these guys, Hello Kitty, Kero Opi Opi, Abadzu, they're, it gives you a little more adorable little Hello Kitty. And they did like a couple different sizes. They did a couple of colorways. And I traded for this. So sometimes people have more than one copy and they let a copy go. So, you know, there's all kinds of ways that you can find out of print decks if you know they're out there, if you know they exist. There's the backs. I don't think this one ever even had a box, but I keep it in a little Moonlet Fay Hello Kitty bag. All right, then, we're getting down to it. So I just recently got this one. This is Jamie Sawyer. Jamie Sawyer is running a Kickstarter right now with the pocket edition of the Helping Hands Tarot, which I'm very interested in, but I have no money. And this is her first deck. This is just the Jamie Sawyer Tarot. And Jamie Sawyer is by trade a tattoo artist. So it's really kind of tattoo-y art, right? Straight RWS, but just with this kind of cool, cartoony, those are the backs. Just a slightly different perspective. If you go to Jamie Sawyer 336, I believe is her website, she still sells tarot tiles, and her decks, though, whatever decks she has left, she sells them and is probably not going to print them, but you know, you never know. So that's the Jamie Sawyer Tarot. Okay, let's try and push through. This is this big old Moonlet Fay bag. This is it came with the Kickstarter for the Pocket of Peers Tarot. And Pocket of Peers came before Helping Hands. So the backs are, I think the backs are the same in case you wanted to switch out some of your peers for the hands. I didn't get the Helping Hands, but I wouldn't mind having it. I wouldn't kick it out of bed. And this is signed by a lot of people who are in the deck. I've got it completely immobilized by stickers. This is really cool. These are a lot of people that Jamie met during the process of creating decks and being a personality on Instagram. And she reached out to them. They sent her pictures. They agreed to be the archetypes of the cards. And it's really cool. Some of them are family friends. Some of them are people that we know. There's Arwen. And yeah, just really cool. See that a couple of these cards are real handsy. Pamela Chen. I love this deck. This is a favorite in my collection. Long out of print, though. There's Benebell. There's Crone. This is Jamie's husband. Yeah. And then some of them are kind of handsy. Love these people. Yow! All right, I'm going to do a couple more quick Robert M. Places. This is the Angels Tarot. This is Pip. Very old, very out of print. And one of the things that you notice with this one is the change in Robert M. Places artwork. Because the older ones are a little less refined. So let me skip through the pips because the pips are kind of... That's a cool one though. That's a cool one. Here we go. Here's some of the majors. The Moon. The Chariot. Queen of Cups. Hermit. King of Cups. King of Pentacles. Princess of Cups. Knight of Wands. The Magician. The Empress. Temperance. So that's Robert and Place Tarot of Angel. And then y'all know this is one of my favorites, the Raziel Tarot. Robert and Place and Rachel Pollock. There's the book. And this was expensive even when it was brand new. So finding it out of print might be kind of costly. But you know, some people don't relate to this stuff. And this is a majors only. It has 2 extra cards, which are the Tree of Knowledge and the Tree of Life. The Empress, the write-up on that is great. The Hermit is Moses in the burning bush. There's Moses out in the desert talking to death. The Star is gorgeous. The Jacob in the multicolored coat. There's Moses and his brother, the Pharaoh. I mean, just really interesting way of looking at everything. Really wise, really enlightening writing, and beautiful writing. It's the 2 of them at their best, just singing, poetic. Might have to start another one after this because the last time it only went up to 47. So Magic Realist Press 2019. This is the Alice Tarot. This is a standard edition. Those are the backs. I edged them in gold. And this is Baba Studios Alice Tarot. This one does have kind of the early version of the metallic print, which he was a little more sparing with it before. So these, although they're beautiful, are a little mellower than the later ones. And this is just, it's a really good Alice in Wonderland deck by Baba Studios. Come on, computer, you can do it. Okay, this is the Victorian Flower Oracle, which is, the hell is his name? The artist. This is a 2006. Yeah. Victorian flowers. And it comes with an itty bitty book. There used to be a bigger book for it, but the person that sold me this didn't have that. So this, no metallic print in this one. Those are the backs, really beautiful. Magic Realist print. And then this is the old version of the Fantastic Menagerie Tarot, also a Magic Realist, and no metal stuff on this. This is just the great old illustrations, which have since been used by several other deck creators to make different versions of the tarot, which, you know, they're all pretty good, honestly. But I love this one. And they did change some of the art when they went to the new version of this. I had the newer version too, but I like this one better. Love those guys. They put like some other thing on there. I love that strength. These are just great, like storybook pictures, right? Okay, so a bunch of the Babas are now out of print. I just showed the magical creatures in the Arcana battle. But let's just look at Bohemian Gothic. This is the 3rd edition. This is the one without the metallic print. As far as I'm concerned, this is the best version they did. Some of the earlier prints were much darker. And these ones are very clear. I have a mini of this too, which is also wonderful. Much clearer than I thought it would be. Bohemian Gothic, Baba Studios, 3rd edition. Been on a print for a while. This comes in a clamshell box. Very different from what you get now with the metallic stuff. I suspected, and I think I'm correct in saying that that metallic makes them very hard to see in some light. But this is a great deck. Very funny, very beautiful. Unusual take on the tarot. This is, I think you can get this again. It might be in pre-order, I'm not sure. But this is the Victorian Romantic, and this one does have the metallic in it. But again, when they did this deck, it was when they were first doing that. So it isn't as metally as some of the newer ones. Great artwork. But you can see how that cold stamping, sometimes it just gets in the way, right? Not always, but sometimes. But this is the version of Victorian Romantic that I have, so your girl's not going to grumble. That is Baba Studios Victorian Romantic. Those are the backs. All right, last one, and this was hard for me to find. People say that you can find this, but it was hard for me to find. This is a Masonic Tarot by, the heck is his name? Jean Bouchard, I think. Yeah, Jean Bouchard. And French deck with Masonic symbolism. This little white book is actually pretty meaty and pretty good. And again, this is one of those kind of old-fashioned cardstocks. Really nice for shuffling, for handling, and has that kind of weird gold ink. Really beautiful colors. I'm hoping that the colors are going to show in the video, because sometimes they don't, right? And very interesting perspective on a lot of these cards. Super different. The pips are very pippish, but unusual because each one has a different border, and they do have Masonic meaning to them. Try and squeeze just a few more cards in this, because tell you what, my computer is not happy with all these mini decks. Cute little horseback guy. That's cool. The ace. The cups are neat. King. Knight of coins. All right. Those are the backs. And I have definitely seen fakes of this, and the fakes are not worth getting, in my opinion. I mean, you know, do what you want, but that's it, folks. Thank you for coming.